Hi students, greetings from Indian Community School Kuwait. As you are getting ready for economics board examination, I would like to guide you in framing and presenting your economics paper in a proficient manner. So before we get into the syllabus, let's have a quick look at question paper pattern and time allotment. As you know, this question paper has got two sections. Section A, Macroeconomics, and the Section B, Indian Economy. Now, let's look at the section-wise time allotment for macroeconomics. Question number 1 to 10, multiple choice question, and the time you can allocate is 20 minutes. Next, question number 11 to 12, short answer type questions. We have 2 questions and you can allocate 10 minutes. Question number 13 and 15, short answer type questions, and we have 3 questions and you can allocate 25 minutes. And the last section is long answer type questions from question 16 and 17, and each carry 6 marks and you can allocate 25 minutes for them. Let's go to section B. Section B is Indian Economy. Question number 18 to 27, multiple choice questions, and you can allocate 20 minutes. Question number 28 and 29, short answer type questions, and we have 2 questions and you can allocate 10 minutes. Question number 30 to 32, we have short answer type questions and it is 4 mark questions and we have 3 questions and you can allocate 25 minutes. And the last section, that is long answer type questions, question 33 and 34, and you can allocate 25 minutes for 2 questions. Now, let us get into the syllabus of macroeconomics. As you know, we have 5 chapters for macroeconomics. Chapter number 1, national income and related aggregates. Chapter number 2, money and banking. Chapter number 3, determination of income and employment. Chapter number 4, government budget and the economy. And the last chapter, chapter number 5, balance of payment. Now, let's have a quick look at the important points of this chapter. National income and related aggregates. What is national income? National income is referred to as the net money value of all goods and services that are produced by the residents living within the country. Now, let us look at the key points of the chapter. And in this chapter, we have circular flow of income. And you should know what is money flow and real flow to explain what is circular flow of income. And other important aspect of this chapter is 3 different ways of measuring national income, and we have 3 methods to measure national income. They are product method, second income method, and third expenditure method. Now let us look at one numerical based question from this chapter, that is personal income and personal disposable income. In order to measure personal disposable income, you should know what is personal income and you should know the personal income's formula as well. Now let us look at the another numerical based question from this chapter, that is GDP deflator. In order to find GDP deflator, you should know what is nominal GDP and real GDP. If you can find both nominal and real GDP, you can easily calculate the GDP deflator and GDP deflator rate. And another important question from this chapter is how GDP is connected to the welfare. And at the end of this studies, you will come to know that GDP has got nothing to do with welfare of a country. The next numerical and most important numerical based question from national income accounting is related aggregates. What is related aggregates? They are set of economic indicators. And altogether, we have 8 related aggregates from national income accounting. So please make sure that you study these 8 related aggregates from national income accounting. Now let's go to the second chapter, that is money and banking. In this chapter, we will be studying the functions of money and how money has overcome the drawbacks of barter system. And another important aspect of this chapter is credit creation by both central bank and commercial banks. The functions of central bank and the functions of commercial banks are some important questions from this chapter. Now, let's go to the third chapter of macroeconomics, that is determination of income and employment. In this chapter, we have many numerical and diagram based questions. The key importance aspects of this chapter are aggregate demand and its components, in which we will be studying the propensity to consume and propensity to save. Short run equilibrium output, investment multiplier and its mechanisms, meaning of full employment and involuntary unemployment, problems of excess demand and deficient demand, and the measures to correct them. Now let's go to the fourth chapter of macroeconomics, that is government budget and the economy. In this chapter, we will be studying the meaning of government budget, objectives and its components, classification of receipts, in which we will be studying about revenue receipts and capital receipts, classification of expenditure, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. From this chapter, the last and the final point, that is surplus budget and deficit budget, the measures of government deficit and its components. Now let's go to the fifth and the last chapter of macroeconomics, that is balance of payment. In this chapter, the key points are: what is balance of payment account, its meaning and components; what is balance of payment surplus, and what is balance of payment deficit. And we will be also studying different foreign exchange rates, such as fixed exchange rate system, flexible exchange rate system, managed floating exchange system, determination of exchange rate in a free market, its merits and demerits. And also we will be studying about the merits and demerits of managed floating exchange rate system. So students, let's go to the second part of economics, that is Indian economy. In this portion, we have 3 units. The first unit, that is Indian economy on the eve of independence, Indian economy between 1950 and 1990, and Indian economy since 1990. So let's go to the first chapter of Indian economy, that is Indian economy on the eve of independence. In this portion, we see a brief introduction of the state of Indian economy on the eve of independence, Indian economic system and common goals of 5-year plans, and the main features of 5-year plans, problems and policies of agricultural aspects and new agricultural strategy. And in this chapter, we also study about the Industrial Policy Resolution 1956 and its role and importance. And finally, in this chapter, we study about foreign trade and its influence on Indian economy. And the third and the most important aspect of this chapter, that is economic reforms since 1991. In this chapter, we will be going across liberalization, globalization, and privatization. And particularly, we will be studying in detail about the concepts of demonetization and GST. So many numerical based questions we are expecting in GST and the concept of demonetization. Now let's go to the second unit of Indian economy, that is current challenges facing Indian economy. In this unit, we have 4 chapters. The first chapter, human capital formation. In this chapter, we will study how people become resources, role of human capital in economic development, growth of education sector in India. And the second chapter is rural development. In this, we will study about the key issues faced by the rural population, credit and marketing, role of cooperatives, agricultural diversification, and alternative farming such as organic farming. And the third chapter is employment. We study what is employment, growth and changes in workforce participation rate, informal and informal sectors, and finally, problems and policies of employment. And the last and the fourth of current challenges faced by Indian economy, that is sustainable economic development, in which we will be studying the definition of sustainable development, its effects of economic development on resources and environment, including global warming. Now let's go to the last and the final chapter of Indian economy, that is development experience of India, in which we will be studying about India's comparison with neighbors such as India and Pakistan and India and China. And also we study about various issues related to economic growth, population, sectoral development and other development indicators. So students, before I bind up my video presentation, I would like to give few more tips in presenting your economics paper if proficient one. For example, if you are writing your macroeconomics, please make sure that you are completing all the question answers of macroeconomics, then move on to Indian economy. And if you are writing Indian economy first, please make sure that you write all the question answers of Indian economy, then move on to the macroeconomics. And finally, I would like to greet you all the best for your economics paper and greetings from Indian Community School. Thank you.